as you could potentially see, I have new lighting! I finally got a ring light! So now I'm not just gonna be mindlessly sitting in front of a window with hoping that the sun comes out and I look okay. I also have my own little office now, which is nice. I'm still clearing out some stuff, but trying to find some posters to decorate the wall with, so this will be the new thing. I'm moving back to England in January, so this will be my new recording space. I'm excited to show you guys all what it'll look like as I build it into my own little soiree. But with this video, I decided to answer some more of your questions. I actually thought, why not do this like a monthly thing? So I'll probably be doing an Ask Me Anything once a month, every month. So that being said, how about we just jump right into it? First question, and this one is kind of a darker one. You stopped making videos while you went to school. Now that you're back making funny videos again, would you say your day-to-day life is more entertaining? Do you ever struggle with the idea that making people laugh can be a meaningful career? I would definitely say my day-to-day life is a lot more entertaining because when I think of things that I think might be a funny video for you all, I get really excited, I write it down, I start scripting it, and I enjoy this lifestyle probably more than any other lifestyle I've ever had in my entire life. The struggle, I guess, you know, it's always a struggle to try and make a career out of anything, especially making people laugh. My videos aren't all I want to do. I don't want them all to be comedy, but I wanted to do videos, obviously, that I want to show you. And I guess just the idea of making content in general and having that be a career is tough to think about because, you know, it might not work. A lot of people have not succeeded. But I'm going to try, and, you know, I guess nothing in life is easy that's worth working for. Meaningful Sid! I hope that answered your question. Favorite anime opening? That's a toughie because I love a lot of anime openings, but I'm gonna have to go with the classics. Like, it's between Uninstall or Cruel Angel's Thesis. It's got that beat you can't go wrong with. What is your most favorite role that you've ever played? What is a character you wish you could have voiced or that you hope to get the opportunity to voice? That is a toughie, again, because I have a lot of characters that I voice that I cherish, that I really, really love. Be it a bridge series, video games, you know, original animations, anything. But if I had to choose, I would definitely say Kaori from Ace Academy. I am very grateful for that role, and I love my character because she reminds me so much of Asuka Langley. And of course, I'd be amiss if I didn't say Misato from Ava Bridged. Character that I wish I could voice, that is also a toughie because there have been many characters that I wish I could voice, like, say, Kirino from Oremo, or, you know, like Kakakoko from Golden Time, or Nanachi from Maiden Abyss, and, you know, there's all that stuff. But, you know, God willing, someday I'll be able to do a voice acting for anime professionally. What's your favorite videos on your channel? Have you any project for future videos or collaborations that you can share with us? It's hard to say. I think I'm like, it's hard to say. I think in a way I'm kind of like, I have that Edgar Allan Poe syndrome where it's like, anything I do I hate. And that sounds so awful. I probably shouldn't be saying that. But it's more of this seeing every work I do and thinking it's not good enough or it's not funny or people won't like it. And it's just a lot of self-doubt. Hey, this got really deep. But after I post it online and I view it the next day, I like all of my videos. That sounds really arrogant maybe, but I see how much work I put into it, see the effort, and see that, you know, it's not as bad as I initially thought as I was editing it and as I watched it the first time back. And I don't know, I like all of them, I guess. It's a love-hate thing, is the best answer I can come up with all of my videos. Future videos and collaborations, yeah, I have like some, and of course I have a whole list written down of collaborations of videos that I'm going to be making in the future. Collabs, I I do have some with people that will be coming out probably next month with a large group of people. Some YouTubers that you know, some of just creative ideas with people who aren't really even YouTubers that I just think might be entertaining to watch. Stuff like that. Names? I don't really have anything officially with names yet, but just like some stupid ideas that I've come up with, like other YouTuber friends have been talked about, but no real ideas made yet with them. What's the story behind this picture? It's nothing really all that interesting. My parents were throwing away a toilet because they were replacing it, and they had it just like on the deck, just like on our deck outside. And my brother was just like, hey, do you know, it'd be a funny picture? And he didn't even have to say anything because we were so similar. I'm like, I'm gonna go pull can you take a picture? And then that's it. They just threw, that's the picture. How did you meet Gigguk? Okay, for this one, I think I want Garnt in here to answer with me because it is a whole thing, but it's a pretty romantic story, so I'm gonna go into his office and we're gonna go answer it together. So, I thought we could answer a question together.
Is this why you're invading my office?
Yeah.
I'm busy working, you know. I have fucking videos to make, thank you very much. You should be grateful.
I guess that's fine.
I'm not even gonna get that reference!
I'm gonna put it in there! So, I was asked a question about how we met.
Okay.
And I thought we could answer it together.
Like, in what context? Like, how did I meet you?
How did
I meet you?
I thought we could do both.
Okay.
Okay. So I think we should start from the beginning, from Averbridged.
Okay, so here's an interesting tidbit. She almost didn't take the fucking role in Averbridged, right? Because she was the fucking abridged queen that was in every fucking abridged series. I should probably explain actually that we met through Averbridged.
Yeah, maybe you should jump into that
Okay.
first. So that happened.
Sorry about that.
So we were
Where were we?
Averbridged.
Okay, so where did I get up to?
You're talking about them. They don't even know that you emailed me.
Okay, so I started a abridged series called Averbridged. Quick plug, you should go watch it. But basically, I emailed Sydney because I was looking for a Misato, and I gave you a long ass fucking email, right? It was like it wasn't like a, hey, can you be in my abridged series? It was like a professional, like 2-paragraph business email.
Yeah.
That was like, do you remember what was in that? Like,
I still have it in my. I still have it, but.
Do you actually?
Yeah.
Oh my god. You should do like a dramatic reading of it. In this one. Don't do it in front of me, but do a dramatic reading of it.
Okay.
Because it was like the most BS professional.
Yeah.
Like, this was a stupid fucking internet parody.
Yeah.
And so I emailed it to her, and you know what? It fucking worked because she told me that I
was like this close.
She was not going to take up the role, but because she saw how much effort I put into this email, that's the reason she took the role.
I was like, and then I had to send some samples, and then the voice directions you gave me were such bullshit. You're like, oh, she has a really deep, mature voice, and I never watched Evangelion at the time, so I'm like, okay. So I was like, oh, I'm Misato. And then
you were like 17 at the time as well.
I was like 17, and then you replied back. You're like, you know, that was good, but not quite what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
And then you're like, just try your normal voice, and then then it's history from there.
Yeah.
And then obviously because we worked together so much, we talked to each other quite often. For about how many years? Like 2 years.
Two years.
And you know, and I really liked the abridged series. Probably one of my, at that time especially, was like my favorite abridged series to have voiced in. And so we got to talking, and then feelings started to grow as since we started, when we first met and we first started talking to each other online, and then we just didn't admit it for about 2 years. And then so we decided to meet at
At Asen.
Asen 2014.
Yeah, can't be better than that. Having a first fucking date at an anime convention is great. It's great.
Yeah. Do you remember the first time like that we actually like met face to face?
Yeah. So when I first met her, she couldn't fucking look me in the face for about 2 hours or something like that.
Yeah, I was so embarrassed because like even like I was waiting for you in like the top floor of like Asen, and I had like a map over my face because I was just laying here like next to my friends.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden everybody went quiet for a second. I'm like, wait, what? What's happening? And then Gart ripped off this fucking map off my face, and then I just started being like, ah! like I was a vampire put to light or something like that. And yep, and then we went on a date, and then we looked at each other and we were like, yeah, you know, I love you, I think I love you. And then it's history.
Right? Can I tell the story of that guy?
Yeah, do it.
Okay, so this was the first time we met each other, so we only had a weekend together. And anyone who's been in a long distance relationship knows how fucking hard it is when to like not be with your other half. And so you only have like a very short amount of time to see each other. So this was the first time we saw each other, and on the last day when we had to say goodbye, she starts bawling her fucking eyes out. She's just an absolute mess, as you are when you have to say goodbye and you don't know
when you're gonna see each other.
When you're gonna see each other again. And then as I'm consoling her, out of the corner of my eye, I hear, "Is that Gigguk?" And it was like, it was just the one time where I was just like,
this is not the time to.
Oh no, this is not. And then I was like, okay, let's just do this. Yeah, it's me. And he was like, oh, can I take a picture, please? And I was like, okay. And Sydney, still bawling her eyes out, by the way.
Standing next to him, making a mess up all over my face.
Yeah, so he comes up to me and he goes to Sydney, do you mind taking the picture for us, please? I'm
like, okay, and then I'm just like still like going like, I'm like, what a fucking asshole.
So yeah, thank you for that. If you're watching, that guy at Asen, that random guy at Asen.
But then, so how we got to stay together. So after we met, I was very close to graduating from high school, and I didn't really have any plans. You know, at the time I was such an idiot of a teenager. I didn't have any plans. It was like a few weeks to graduation, and I had no, I'm guessing my thought was I was probably just gonna get a part-time job somewhere and hope something works out. But then after I met Gart, I'm like, okay, well, I want to be with Gart. So about 3 weeks after we started dating, I worked hard to get a visa and
to come study here.
Yeah, to come study in England. Luckily, I got it. I started studying in London, and ever since we've stayed together. And yeah,
that's pretty much the story.
And so we've been living together for all of our relationship, and you know, it's just like, I guess it's like feels like a little Romeo and Juliet, except without the dying. That we were together for 3 weeks, and then I moved to a different country and leave everything behind for you.
Without the dying, yes.
Yeah, without the dying, yes.
Is my shirt low enough? I feel like all the comments are gonna be
your chest.
Are gonna be about my fucking chest. Yeah.
Next question. Having returned to YouTube, where do you see yourself in 15 years? Honestly, that is a hard question. I don't think anybody really knows where they're going to be in 15 years. Where do I see myself? I'm hoping since I'm doing this more consistently, maybe somewhere with this, maybe voicing an official anime, maybe doing more things with the YouTube or some other platform that I really enjoy being a part of. I mean, who knows? Sagiri or Kirino? That is a tough one because I'm gonna have to go with Kirino just because she has been my waifu forever. Though I will say Sagiri seems a lot nicer than Kirino. Webtoons or no webtoons? That is the question. Do you read webcomics or comics in general? Yes, I do often read webtoons. I quite like them a lot, actually. I don't really read the webtoons that are mainly like shoujo based. I like reading darker webtoons because I feel like, I don't know, it's good. Why would you reject something that has more genres that you like just because of it's a different style? Do you ever get a little tired of being asked anime/manga related questions most of the time, like online and or when you meet fans in real life or something? Do you like to be known for the most part as that funny tsundere anime blah blah blah? For you to answer your first question, I guess sometimes, like right now, majority of these questions, or not, I wouldn't say majority, a lot of the questions are like, oh, you know, stuff like I've answered before, like, what do I think of this? What would you recommend about that? But I never really get tired of it in general, like especially if somebody wants to ask me about it in person. I love talking about that stuff. I love talking about like manga series that I like or that I hate, and we can debate about it. I never get tired of that. With the last question, I don't like it. I don't think I'm most known for that anymore. Luckily, I think I'm most known for my content now. So it's more of because that's not the content I'm making anymore. What anime do you feel the most connection to? That's a toughie because there are quite a few. Mainly not anime, I think it's mostly manga I have a lot more connections to. As probably some of you can tell, I prefer reading manga over watching anime. And that being said, I read a lot more manga than I do watch anime. So there's a lot more to choose from there. And for anime, I think that it's hard to talk about because there really isn't an anime that's like rung true to me. That's more of like, oh, I can totally understand on a deeper level what that person is, you know, blah blah. This is like about me. But more of like I can find a premise beautiful, and I can find it like it's a very well done thing that makes you think, that makes you ponder. And for that I have to say, like, you know, Evangelion, Bokurano, you know, the darker stuff. I love self-loathing. Did you ever feel down after finishing an anime because it was over? Not anime really nowadays, I guess, because anime nowadays never really finishes. It's more of like a really shitty ending, or really rushed ending. Most of the time, for sure, 100%, anytime I finish a manga that I was reading for a while, or even a manga that's short, there's always definitely long periods of depression for me. And anime, I guess, especially if it has an impact on me, as well as manga, I don't even know if I could even get up the next morning, because I just think about it and I'm just like, you know, why is this over? What do I do with myself now? Do you know the lyrics to Despacito? Because I get see, which I think is Korean. If you had a dick, would you rather your parents walk in on you with it in your hand while watching a Naruto AMV or an ASDF video? You know, I guess it's a toughie because at least with a Naruto AMV there might be some like anime girls with like big titty, you know, like hey Sakura, hey, or that woman who had like the shirt covering her titties. So I would say the Naruto AMV. I guess it depends on the song, because if it was like a Linkin Park song or something like that and it was really like dark and depressing, I don't even know if you could like surpass that and like masturbate, because what if it's like, I've become so numb? Has a song ever made you cry? It doesn't have to be an anime related song, like literally any song ever. Of course, like I think there's anybody, I'll call you a fucking liar if you ever said no song has ever made you cry. Yeah, there's been plenty, you know, like, I guess I've never really cried from an anime song because most of them are just really good bangers. If anything, actually, yes, there actually is one anime song I have cried from, and that was like during the ending of Anohana, like Kimi to Natsu no Owari Senma! And then I just seeing that, it's just like, you'd be not human to not cry from that fucking scene! Mitsuki! What video games do you / have you played? Also, have you seen Saiki Kuso or Skit Dance? I really enjoy your video games. Of course, yeah, I love video games. I'm such a gamer girl. Video games I really love, of course, any Harvest Moon game that's ever come out, I've played it because I'm very obsessed with Harvest Moon, and it's the entire reason of how I got into anime. The newer ones, yeah, I'm not exactly a fan of, but I really love Story of Seasons. I love Zelda. I love Zelda. The newer game that I've been most obsessed with is, of course, Persona 5, even though the last time I played it was last year. And I also really love Stardew Valley. This one. Would you ever consider living in Japan or learning Japanese in the future? Oh, of course. Like, I would love to live in Japan for, you know, a small amount of time. It's actually what my goal is right now because weeb, but also it's just always been kind of a dream of mine to stay there for a little bit. But of course, I need to make my own income and do more consistent work, and to have stability to stay a little bit in Japan before anything else. I've considered learning Japanese because I have like studied Japanese for a long time. I went to university for God's sakes. But of course I want to further my learning in Japan. I want to become fluent in Japanese, like that's my dream, weeb dreams. But it's just something I've always wanted to do, and that is indeed my goal. So if anybody wants to go ahead and put down, you know, a good old $20,000 in my bank account, make that happen sooner. Good shit! Horror, yay or nay? I do. I love horror movies and I love horror games. I love horror video games. I love everything that's horror. I used to be so obsessed with horror movies actually, especially in high school. Every day I would just log into Netflix, and even the most shittiest, I watched like all of them every day. I'd watch like 2 of them before, you know, I love them. I love them. Those are good stuff. But yeah, guys, that was my Q&A. Please keep out for the next one that's going to be on my Twitter, because I always ask on Twitter. Follow me and keep an eye out. I will be probably retweeting it and shoving it in everybody's faces so everybody knows that they want to ask a question to do it ASAP. Thank you guys again for watching. Please follow me on my social medias. I am extremely frequent on all of them. Like, comment, and subscribe if you really love me. And I will catch you guys on the